Chat. Said I'm back, nigga. Quick draw for real, quick draw. Just a quick listen, honestly. Welcome the fuck back. Quick listen though, I'm gonna get right into it. I'm gonna just roll this L while I listen.
Clinton, Bolton, even Trump on some level. Tasked with delivering the options for the president to act in the world with the military. So this is as sensitive as it gets. And John Bolton is taking notes as the national security advisor, as the head of the NSC, on like group chats, sending text over encrypted messaging apps over email to family and friends and saying, so today we talked about this. Tomorrow we're going to do this, with the intention of then sending that to these people so that they will apparently compile it and then they can use it in his book that he published for everybody to see. And Bolton's attorney comes out and says, well, we didn't use any of the classified information in the book. Okay, well, you can't be doing that. And what is it with these people, whether it's Hillary Clinton, Bolton, even Trump on some level? What is it with the mishandling of the documents? It seems like this is a systemic issue.
Nigga, these old heads don't even know how to work an email,
So I don't know what's happening here, but the investigation originated under the Biden administration. That's when they took an interest. The charges came down under Trump, and it's not like Trump coerced this. According to the Times, it followed the normal channels. Trump didn't need to lean on anybody, in other words, to secure the indictments. So it seems somewhat organic. Maybe Bolton is just guilty. Either way, you could surmise that probably Trump had some kind of a hand in this, maybe pushing this along, accelerating it. Maybe he's the nucleus of it. Either way, this is part of a long saga of revenge, because it's not the first one. If this was a one and done, you might say, John Bolton's a guilty man. He's not above the law. But this is the third one. You've got James Comey, Letitia James, now Bolton. You've got these major lawsuits against the media companies. I saw the
Letitia James,
This is a revenge campaign. And understand the punishment is the process itself. I don't know that John Bolton will get convicted. I don't know that he'll get jail time necessarily. Who knows how that will actually be argued in court. The punishment is that he's being set up for this. And it sucks. He's going to have to hire attorneys, which are very expensive. He already had to hire security because Trump revoked his Secret Service protection.
Damn.
So you think about the process. He's got to pay for all this security. He's got to pay now for lawyers. The feds are in his home, raiding his office, raiding his bedroom for documents, turning his residence upside down. This is very distressing, and he's an old man. He's in his 70s.
I'm about to tell the FBI, like, yo, I got some classified documents, and hopefully they turn my shit upside down and find my fucking passport, nigga. I lost that shit. Like, I got a new one last year, and I lost that shit because I was moving. And I just have no clue where I put it. And I know as soon as I get a new one, like, that's when I'll find it. Just annoying, bro. I might have to get myself indicted.
And he's got feds turning his house upside down, looting the place. He's got to hire attorneys. This is a process that could last years. It's very perilous, very stressful. There'll be depositions. There'll be subpoenas. This is going to be very nerve-wracking. He's in the sunset of his life. He wants to be retired. Now he's going to be defending himself in court. Worried about his financial solvency. He's going to have to raise money. The MAGA-peds are going to hate him. Like, he's probably getting harassed maybe in public. If he's going out, he's got to worry about that. So they are making his life a living hell. And that's the point. It's a punishment. Because the DOJ has infinite resources. They have the power of the bully pulpit. And they can just do it. And in the end, maybe Bolton is innocent. Maybe he gets proven not guilty, but he never gets that time and money back. The legal fees, the time, the headache, the pressure on him and his family, you can't take that back. So even if he gets found innocent by a jury, the DOJ is going to shrug their shoulders and say, well, we tried it. That's the best case scenario. So this is brutal. And this is revenge because this is what they did to Trump. And there used to be an understanding that you don't do this sort of thing. You don't go after your political opponents. You don't necessarily go after these people for clerical issues. But it started with Clinton and her emails. And then it was Trump and Russiagate and the Ukraine phone call. Then it was his classified documents. Then it was Biden. Now it's this. And this is the cycle that we are now in. And I'm going to say, by the way, we don't necessarily know if this was politically motivated. It looks like it, but it's possible that it isn't. It looks like it because it's part of a pattern. But it might be a coincidence. Like, that is possible. Either way, it has the appearance that it's political, and that's all that really matters. So there's a chance that Bolton's a guilty man, and they're looking at him just like the special counsel or the inspector general looked at Biden for a similar case when he was president. It's possible. But it has the appearance that it's political. And it's part of a pattern of political reprisal and retribution. And here's what that means. It means that whether it's political or not, every liberal interprets it as such, and for them, that's as real as if it was political. And when they're doing their No King's Day protest, when another Thomas Crooks is carving a message on a bullet, when they rally and regroup for 26 or 28, like, they think it's real. And what that represents to them is that Trump is like eroding democracy, and he's targeting his opponents because he doesn't want another election because he wants to carry out his fascist agenda. That's how they take it. And how they take it is that there can be no peace or coexistence with the right, that we are now in an arms race, that on the right and the left, we've both resolved that if one gets power, it's unacceptable, and we have to do everything to undermine them. We have to redraw the districts. We have to redo the census, like recount the population.
That's crazy to think, because they do
Midway
that.
through the decade.
I didn't know that was why,
We have
though.
to go through the Supreme Court, get rid of the nuclear option in the Senate, or do the nuclear option, get rid of the filibuster in the Senate. We have to arrest everybody, spy on everybody, do it. Like, that's where we are now. And everybody recognizes that. They're already making that argument for J.D. Vance. They're saying that it's unacceptable for a Democrat to get into power ever again. So we're stuck. This is our team. This is our side. This is our guy. And now it's not even a question of, can you bear 8 years of Obama? Can the country bear 8 years of Obama? It's like, no, it's unacceptable to have Obama again because he will kill you. Because if he gets in power, he will prevent the right from ever achieving power again. And in doing so, they will guarantee that they will destroy everything you love and trans your kids and do these things. That's where we're headed. That's sort of where we are. And I said at the top of the show, maybe that's necessary. On some level, that's just the reality. We didn't start that, and maybe nobody started it. Maybe that's just where things are going. You've got one half of the country that is all immigrants, and they want to be global citizens, and they want to make America socialist, and all this.
That's a free night.
They hate all the Nazis. They want anyone that believes in traditional anything to be killed, basically, or lined up against a wall and shot. That's just what they are. That's the other half. And our half, as much as we hate a lot of it, ostensibly we're resisting this cultural revolution. Like that's just how the deck is stacked. And it is true that the left, they perceive the existence of the right as an existential threat to them. That's their rhetoric. Their rhetoric is that if you believe in like gender, you're a genocider. You're genociding trans people. They say that if you want to deport the 10 million illegals that came here, that's like the Holocaust, literally. It's like, dude, 10 million people came here in the past 5 years. Now they're home free. We're stuck with them forever. How does that even make any sense? That's 10 million people just in 4 years. Forget about the people that have been working hard and been here forever and whatever, stuff like that. 10 million people came here in 4 years. Now they're home free. They like the football. They're in the end zone. They stay here forever. We try to deport them, and they want to murder the ICE agents. That's the other side. And there's no moderation. They're trying to throw out John Fetterman because he said, Trump isn't really like Hitler. They want to throw him out now. So, these people that see Charlie Kirk as an irredeemable Nazi, they actually can't have power over our lives. That's bad for your health. That's bad for us. Consequently, we need to make it so that they
Kinda wish I
can't take power again.
was a little patient there. Fuck.
In order to do that, we need to move very quickly and aggressively and do things that have never been done and do things that are unprecedented, do things that maybe make us uncomfortable. And by that, I mean, we can't listen to every federal judge and their injunctions. We just can't restrain federal power that way, as an example. We have to deport these people. And even if we have to lock down the city with DHS to do it, it has to be done. We can't let these 10 million illegal aliens get counted in the next census. Can't let them vote. Can't let them have 20 million kids and then they're all American. No shot. But my fear is that Trump is not willing to do these things.
Don't you dare risk your queen.
And
Keep
so what
her.
Trump is going to do is he is going to push us further down the road towards a very serious crisis, a political crisis, a confrontation with the left. But through his weakness, through his hesitancy, his lack of follow-through, he is going to let the left respond. He's going to let them grow and fortify and regroup. And then we'll have a fight on our hands. What we want to do is handicap the left so that they can't resist. We want to move in swiftly and overwhelmingly and make it so that they cannot really resist what is happening. And then with hope removed from the equation, they can't try it, they won't try it, and then there's no prolonged conflict. It's just, well, the right one day seized the power. That was better for everybody. The left tried to resist, but they couldn't. Maybe they didn't even try. And then that was it. And it was bloodless, and it was great. The alternative is, and this is what Trump has been doing so far, he is fanning the flames of conflict. He's making them rally. They're rallying around Jimmy Kimmel. They're rallying around No Kings. They're rallying around all this stuff. And what he's doing by not actually really striking at them is he's letting them create solidarity. He's letting them, whether it's the politicians, the media figures, the money, the shock troops, he's letting them get organized. And then they're going to fight. And then you got a real tug of war. And it's going to be a little bit more protracted. And that means it's going to be more intense and riskier. So I've been sounding the alarm on this for weeks. We are barking up the wrong tree. Trump is not willing to do what it takes. We need loyalty tests. We need to be going into these cities, and if the mayor of Chicago is telling the chief of police, don't help ICE, they need to be arrested, is what it is. Charlie Kirk gets shot in the neck. Yeah, you got to go after Antifa. You got to be serious about it. Got to go after the shock troops. This is just the things you need to be doing. If ICE is getting rammed by 10 cars, one of which has a woman with a semi-automatic rifle, you need to bring federal law enforcement, and you need to send in the Marines to protect these people. It isn't happening. So I hope that there's some semblance of a plan here, because I don't see it. And what I see is that the left is organizing. They're getting pissed. They're getting violent. And I just see this ladder of escalation. I see a cycle playing out, and I don't know how we're going to turn back from it in every way, shape, and form, whether it's the deportations, whether it's the lawsuits, these DOJ cases, the shenanigans in Congress, the government shutdown, the redistricting. It's like everywhere you look, a giant dividing line is being drawn. And I don't see how that's going to be erased. Be careful what you wish for, is what I will say. So there's that. But we're going to move on. We're going to take a look at our super chats. Don't want to spend too much time on that. It's already 2 a.m. So we're going to take a look at our super chats. We'll see what you guys have to say. I'll get set up here. And we'll look. We'll see what your response is. I crashed out a little bit earlier, but look, man, it's insane. Just when you think they're going to let up, I'm talking about the Shapiros of the world, they just keep pushing. They have to stop. Just stop pushing.
Fiscally liberal, socially conservative sent $10. I don't understand the glazing for Ted and JFK. They were left-wing Marxists superposed and drafted the Civil Rights Act, Hart-Celler Act. You know who else stands up to Israel? Bernie fucking Sanders. He was also only a third-generation American. It was not his country to hand away. Catholics, man.
That's just so short-sighted. It's about what JFK represents. He was president for 2 years, okay? He's inaugurated January 61. He gets killed November 63. Okay, he was president for 2.5 years. And you're right. He pushed the Civil Rights Act. He pushed the Hart-Celler Act. That wasn't good. But it's about what he represents, which was our independence, in a certain sense, or maybe even just the appearance of our independence. And I will say it goes further than that. JFK was an enemy of this shadow system that controls the government. That's what you don't understand. When people say who killed JFK, who is implicated? It's the mob, it's the CIA and the Cold Warriors, and it's the Jewish power in the world.
I thought he had some.
The Jewish mafia, Jewish financiers. That's who killed Kennedy. And that's
First
because
game,
JFK
checkmate.
went to war
Easy.
against organized crime. It's because JFK, after the Bay of Pigs, wanted to rip apart the CIA. He didn't want to go to war with the Soviet Union. And because he didn't want Israel to have a nuclear bomb. And so I think it's, you know, you're so short-sighted thinking this is about domestic politics. It's not about policies. It's not about administrative policies. It's about politics. And it's about who really controls our system. And there was something actually idealistic and aspirational, let's say, about a young, handsome, charismatic, energetic president who was not controlled, who was truly a civilian leader. Unlike Eisenhower, who's like a general, unlike Roosevelt, who's a gangster, but to have someone who's really represents independent American state power. That's the appeal of Kennedy that you don't understand. So, they're left-wing Marxists. They were not left-wing Marxists, dummy. Totally idiotic.
Snafu Zoomer sent $15. I recently had lunch with a friend of mine who's a ballistics expert and he told me Charlie Kirk was hit by a Kaminoan dart.
Oh, gosh.
IOAF sent $15.
Right.
Love this new policy prioritizing white foreigners and focus on assimilation. And your point about blacks and assimilation, or their lack of. I'm tired of being cucked as a race. Great show, asshole. Smiling face. Percent $10. Jeez, man.
He's on his ass, and he ain't even say nothing. What a bitch.
At least go to the armory next time you're in New York. Maybe you'll take their advice. Nicholas Ufent sent $15. Vatican II Electric Boogaloo. IOAF sent $5. Caught you on InfoWars today. Made me think I should get in the kitchen and start making you some snack. Percent $15. What is life without a bit of risk?
They drawing on him right now.
These are all horrible so far.
They drawing on him in this shit right now. We gotta run this shit back. I ain't gonna lie, this is hilarious. They went back to back draws, and one of them were good, and he skipped it.
Roosevelt, who's a gangster, but to have someone who's really represents independent American state power. That's the appeal of Kennedy that you don't understand. So, they're left-wing Marxists. They were not left-wing Marxists, dummy. Totally idiotic.
Snap.
Aspirational. It's about them. So we're going to take a look at our super chats. We'll see what you guys have to say. I'll get set up here. And we'll look. We'll see what your response is.
I wonder if I'm going to get away with this right here.
I crashed
Upper
out
200s,
a
I don't
bit
see it.
earlier, but look, man, it's insane.
He moves pawn to fucking e4. Yep.
Just when you think they're going to let up.
And I'm in a heck
I'm
of a
talking about the
pickle.
Shapiros of the world.
Not
They just
really,
keep
but-
pushing. They have to stop. Just stop pushing.
Fiscally liberal, socially
Pretty sure
conservative
that
sent $10.
just-
I don't understand the glazing for Ted
see.
and JFK. They were left-wing Marxists superposed and drafted the Civil Rights Act, Hart-Celler Act. You know who else stands up to Israel? Bernie fucking Sanders. He was also only a third-generation American. It was not his country to hand away. Catholics, man.
That's just so short-sighted. It's about what JFK represents. He was president for 2 years, okay? He's inaugurated January 61. He gets killed November 63. Okay, he was president for 2.5 years. And you're right. He pushed the Civil Rights Act. He pushed the Hart-Celler Act. That wasn't good. But it's about what he represents, which was our independence, in a certain sense, or maybe even just the appearance of our independence. And I will say it goes further than that.
I don't know.
It was not his country to hand away. Would have sent $10. I don't understand the glazing for Ted and JFK. They were left-wing Marxists who proposed and drafted the Civil Rights Act, Hart-Celler Act. You know who else stands up to Israel? Bernie fucking Sanders. He was also only a third-generation American. It was not his country to hand away. Catholics, man.
That's just so short-sighted. It's about what JFK represents. He was president for 2 years, okay? He's inaugurated January 61. He gets killed November 63. Okay, he was president for 2.5 years. And you're right. He pushed the Civil Rights Act. He pushed the Hart-Celler Act. That wasn't good. But it's about what he represents, which was our independence, in a certain sense, or maybe even just the appearance of our independence. And I will say it goes further than that. JFK was an enemy of this shadow system that controls the government. That's what you don't understand. When people say who killed JFK, who is implicated? It's the mob, it's the CIA and the Cold Warriors, and it's the Jewish power in the world, the Zionists, the Jewish mafia, Jewish financiers. That's who killed Kennedy. And that's because JFK went to war against organized crime. It's because JFK, after the Bay of Pigs, wanted to rip apart the CIA. He didn't want to go to war with the Soviet Union.
I gotta go back for
and because he didn't want Israel to have a nuclear bomb. And so I think it's, you know, you're so short-sighted in thinking this is about domestic politics. It's not about policies. It's not about administrative policies. It's about politics. And it's about who really controls our system. And there was something actually idealistic and aspirational, let's say, about a young, handsome, charismatic, energetic president who was not controlled, who was truly a civilian leader. Unlike Eisenhower, who's like a general, unlike Roosevelt, who's a gangster, but to have someone who's really represents independent American state power. That's the appeal of Kennedy that you don't understand. So, they're left-wing Marxists. They were not left-wing Marxists, dummy. Totally idiotic.
Snafu Zoomer sent $15. I recently had lunch with a friend of mine who's a ballistics expert, and he told me Charlie Kirk was hit by a Kaminoan dart.
Oh, gosh.
IOAF sent $15. Right. Love this new policy prioritizing white foreigners and focus on assimilation. And your point about blacks and assimilation, or their lack of. I'm tired of being cucked as a race. Great show, asshole. Smiling face. Fashion Grow, I percent $10. IOAF sent $15. Right. Love this new policy prioritizing white foreigners and focus on assimilation. And your point about blacks and assimilation, or their lack of. I'm tired of being cucked as a race. Great show, asshole. Smiling face. Fashion Grow, I percent $10. Jeez, man. You don't want to look good? Fine. Why so
it is some niggas out here with a brain. I'm seeing it.
We'll take their advice.
It is some niggas that's out here.
Vatican II electric boogaloo.
Just like me. I ain't sending them no bread, though. I ain't gonna lie.
Made me think I should get in the kitchen and start making you some snacks. That broke sent $15. What is life without a bit of risk? Coffee sent $15.
These are all horrible so far. Every single one. Just a checkpoint. Just a save point. Remember to save your game. These are all ass.
Coffee sent $15. Is there anything that would make you move out of Chicago? What if it went Minneapolis mode and Chirac turned into Kimolia? Also, how often do you read scripture? Love the show. Pretty Fly White Guy sent $10. Did you see the video of Trump saying he's probably not going to heaven?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Logan Too Smooth sent $15. Nick, can we get a costume stream for Halloween? Utah Time Central sent $15. Currently 7 a.m. where I'm at, or 1 p.m. honestly can't tell. Appreciate you adding the term negress to my vocabulary. Generation. Lady Liberty sent $5. Hi Nick. Have you watched The Chosen? If so, what are your thoughts? Love the show and respect all your work and sacrifice. Keep it up. Sincerely, one of your new female followers, Smile.
No, I haven't seen that. Seems dumb.
Catherine Kiyobashi Groyer sent $3. Hey, Nick. First time super chatter here. Thanks for all you do. America first.
How did that get in there? How the fuck did that get in there? A $3 super chat? How did that get in there? How is that even possible?
$10. Hi Nick, tuning in from Australia. You've got plenty of fans here. I'm in an argument on X with a bunch of Zionists. I don't like Mossad propaganda peddled in my neck of the woods. How can we move towards a better government when every politician is spineless here? Who do we turn to? Denise Bobby sent $15. I wanted to send this a couple of weeks ago. When on your show you said you were surprised that you had lady fans. However, I didn't, because you immediately followed that up with something negative about women as a whole. So I'm just wondering what your stance is on women. I get being hyperbolic. Mark Seff sent $10. Red or Blackwood, or your odds blackjack?
That's such a typical, like, stupid bitch thing to say. What's your stance on women? My stance on women? What does that even mean, genius?
Mark F sent $10. Red or black, what are your odds, blackjack? What's the likelihood you think that the Mossad attacks NYC, Colorado, Florida will actually happen? Melbourne Grow Hyper sent $15. If the Grow Hypers end up running America, I will move over immediately. Deacon Scass sent $15. Hey King Chud, Lord of all real niggas. Would
I just can't.
Gandalf
After
the White
that,
sent
I
$10.
can't even
Can you
finish
believe
that
we
one.
all used to be babies? Fortnite a Gamer sent $5. Hey Nick White nigga going hard as fuck from Romeoville, you have gotten me back into Christianity and I cannot thank you more. I have also started clipping.
Great, love to hear it.
Roman sent $10. Do any other big collaborations while in Austin other than Alex? Creed sent $10. Been watching for a year now. Perfect to throw on while mowing at work. Keep spreading the good word and stay safe. Christ is king.
Love to hear
George
it.
Currency
Thank
sent
you.
$10. Isn't it clear by now? The highest likelihood was it was the Jewish people who banned your Spotify. They're wanting anti-Semitism to go mainstream to Zach Field sent $15. I bought the Wangfin in America first hat. Keep doing what you're doing and praying for you and your family to stay safe.
Awesome,
AF.
love it. Thank you.
OG Roberto sent $10. What's up, Nick? Did you ever finish Doki Doki Literature Club? Armed Roip sent $10. I study in UC Berkeley where even a mild Christian take is considered edgy. Watching you helps me remain confident even if I'm met with faces trying to gaslight me into thinking I'm crazy to have those opinions. A lot of PPL here have common sense but are afraid to speak, which I was surprised about.
That's crazy.
Autumn 369 sent $10. The truth. Religion is mind control. Government is mind control. Your consciousness.
Okay.
Limbo sent $10. What do you think about the Asians?
No.
What's your take on each Asian? Nigga Asians? Jewish Asians?
Nigga.
Rapist werewolf sent $10.
Rapist werewolf.
You and Tharulo you. You dired Poby. Big Bethel Groy sent $3. Did you check out Larchmont Town at all while filming with Gavin? Big fan. Grew up there. It was the chuck of the town when you moved in.
No.
Evan Fastnick sent $3. What's up, Nick? Long-time viewer. Never donated before. Love you. Don't you think it's suspicious that Venezuela is one of the last few countries without a
How did this get in there? How are these getting in
sent
there?
$10.
Someone
Hey, Nick, got
explain.
my Wang shirt and today looks fire. W merch. You the go for the shows while traveling. Generational run.
Thank you.
Harry CJZL.05 Neil sent $10. Ben argues that morality is objective and rooted in the Judeo-Christian tradition. So how does that moral framework justify collective punishment or civilian casualties in God?
Hot take.
Jacob Hill sent $15. Curious about your stance against mixed-race marriage? There's solid evidence heterogeneous kids have this thing called hybrid vigor minivan. The poorest dumbest nations have much inbreeding. Might explain African IQ. Christian nationalism plus mixed marriages could consolidate American identity too.
Really? What race is your wife?
DGFTTR1 sent $10. You should collab with Godus, it would be so cool.
I don't know, man. I mean, Godus is interesting, but you know what's going on with some of that? I don't want to blow up his spot or anything, but what's going on with like the other activities that he gets up to besides whatever it is he does? I mean, I was thinking about doing a collab with him, and then a buddy of mine who's a huge fan is like, "No, dude, like there's some weird stuff going on there." I'm not making any allegations, but I don't know about all that.
Pineapple sent $10. Top 5 waves?
Okay.
Texas Groy sent $10. Nick, what's your opinion on the Second Amendment? Never heard you mention how you feel about it. I'm an absolutist but met many who shouldn't be allowed to have a car let alone guns. Would love to know your opinion.
I don't know, man. I'm in favor of it. I support it.
Guapo Stapo sent $10. I might be a little retarded, but I had no idea Israel had a president along with a prime minister. Why are we only focused on bye-bye instead of both of them?
Oh my
Baltimore
gosh.
1707 sent $10. Is it a stretch to think we need to start publicly shaming Shapiro and the like? It seems that we aren't pushing hard enough for their complete public humiliation. They are not and will never be one of us regardless of how hard they
Okay.
William Perkins sent $3. You need to call them out
He's
directly
gonna
as
do
Christ
it,
did,
isn't he?
as the synagogue of Satan. Nothing hits them harder. As a Christian and a Catholic, there is no better description, and nothing. Groiper Girly sent $10. Hey Nikki,
He
I
did
just
it
saw
with
what
his
you look like in a
queen.
t-shirt. Chills down my spine. Crusader Groipa sent $5. How hairy do you think it could get in the US in the next couple of years? Things only seem to be escalating with people choosing sides. Sadly, I only see infighting on the right. Is this a winning formula when there's bloodthirsty leftists unified? Frog emoji.
It's got to get ugly. And we might be forced into an alliance with the broader right wing, honestly. This is the way it's
SAP
going.
Groiper sent
How are these sub $20 chats not being filtered out? I don't want to read these. Oh, I'm in the wrong tab. That's my fault. Whoops. I'm literally reading everything under $20. That's my bad. Okay, so all of those, I'm just like, dude, I told you I'm tired. I've traveled today. These are all under $20. I was like, what's
Telecom sent
happening?
$50.
How are these
I
all
farted so
getting
hard that
through?
I think I guessed out the local
No,
lights.
I didn't mean to
R.I.P.
do
Beatles.
that.
Dude, no wonder those were all terrible. No
not a bad
wonder
move,
those
though.
were all terrible. Those were all under $20. Oh, no way. Duh.
Yeah.
I'm like, how are these $3, $5? And then I was like, wait a second, $10, $15. I wasn't even looking at the amounts. Oh, no wonder those were all terrible. Those are all the sub $20 ones. Doy.
Treat Groiper sent $20. Niggas acting bad, so somebody gotta do it. Wax23@gmail.com. P.S. Been wondering if I could get something signed by sending to the P.O. Box. Excited.
Okay, these suck
Birdman
too.
sent $20. Why do people use the case to dismiss seizing institutional power when it's actually proving your point? Far-right movements die in the cradle because elite Republicans say so. A dozen AF aligned men with hiring and firing power will do multitudes more than ratioing the Indiana GOP on Twitter or posting HH edits.
We don't need to argue with losers. I don't debate people who are less successful than me. I don't debate anonymous losers who are
That
cowards
one.
and have no emotion that say, but you can't. We don't need permission, bitch. We don't. I don't remember. I don't
Oof.
recall asking your permission to infiltrate the institutions. We've done it. We are doing it. We will do it more in the future. You will watch. You will react. You're nothing now. You'll be nothing in 20 years. We're not asking for permission. We're doing it. If you don't like it, go join the fucking parade. Go get on the Lowe's uniform and wave a banner and get in the fucking parade. You want to make a difference? You're with me. I don't debate. I show. I don't talk. I do. That's the difference. I've been saying it for years. I don't sit around and convince congenital losers, here's why we need to do it my way. I say, you know what? You do it your way. I'll do it my way. Let's see where we are in a year.
Damn, I could have got his rook. I'm an
Let's
idiot.
check back in 1 year and let's see how
That's
everybody's
free.
doing. And then suddenly
Damn.
people are a lot less confident. Every ankle-biting cocksucker on Twitter
That's
wants to
crazy.
mouth off and have an opinion about it.
Fuck.
They have no motion. They have nothing going for
That's
them.
annoying.
Then you say, you know what? Let him talk. You do your thing, I'll do my thing. Let's just see where we are in a year. And let's see who's better off. And then they say, oh, well, I don't know about that. Yeah, because you know what you're doing. You know you're full of shit. You know that you are nothing. You're just talking. You're blabbing.
Thank you.
So I said it on Telegram. You know, we're not asking for permission. We act, you react. We will make moves. You will be talking about them on Twitter years after the fact. And the
I get
moment
two
that we
checkmates
stop
in a row?
explaining things to you, that's when you
Think
know
chat.
you're out. So I'm not sitting around explaining
I
it
don't
to
see
Andrew
one right now,
Torba.
for real.
You want to know why? Because I saw his post on Twitter. That's why. I don't need to sit around and explain to Andrew Torba and get his permission and get in a debate. Oh, we're going to have a debate. Should we infiltrate her? You want to know why? Because I only see his posts on Twitter. That's why. As a matter of fact, that's the only place anyone sees him. Case in fucking point. So, the day that I feel the need to convince you, maybe that's the day that you have the initiative. But until then, you keep complaining. You keep talking about it.
The Dark Boy sent $25. According to the Google search database, Tyler James Robinson and the Lucy Center were searched 24 to 48 hours prior to the Kirk assassination. Now that data is scrubbed from the internet, Zachary Loft talks about it on his Insta page. Obviously you probably will roast me, but this is for the others who want to find more.
Idiotic.
Why More Palestine sent $250. Hey,
Thank you for the huge super chat. Hey, man, what's up?
Gapcon Instagram sent $40. On Alex Jones today, you mentioned that there is indeed a female genius mentioned by the Pope and you also brought up EQ denoting their unique intuition. How would you describe the 240,000 EQ female genius?
You know it. If you know women, they're sensing. They're very sensitive to things that men often
No!
miss when it concerns people and
I'm
their
retarded,
motivations
dude.
and their intentions. Now, sometimes
Fuck.
women are the biggest idiots when it comes to this. Sometimes women are the only ones that miss something.
Should have went here.
Usually when it's a guy they're attracted to
That's
or
annoying,
something like
dude.
that.
Fuck.
But a lot of times, and it's not everybody, but a lot of women, they almost have like a sixth sense about certain things. You know that. You can't deny that. It's true. Now, they're not decisive. They're not always rational. They panic. Like, this is not conducive to being a leader or philosopher or things like that. But they can give good advice for those reasons because they can see things sometimes that you might miss. They're very good at reading body language, very observant. So there is a feminine genius for sure. I agree with the Pope on this. But the feminine genius is not math, it's not philosophy, it's not politics, it's not architecture, war, comedy, but they've got some other things going for them.
Martin Mann sent $20. On Dave Smith's show you said I recognized Jews are a part of America. They always have been and they're some of the finest Americans actually. Did you mean this?
Yes, I think that's undeniably true. And I think that you are damaging your credibility by not acknowledging that there have been remarkable Jews in the history of America. It's just true. The cultural output. And before people, well, but Hollywood is Jewish and Hollywood is filth. Some of your favorite movies are made by Jews. Songs, Christmas songs, the atom bomb. You know, we cannot be one-dimensional. We have to be comprehensive.
No.
The problem is not that Jews are like, you know, I saw this the other
I'm
day.
literally
I think it was
retarded,
Jake
bro. Why
Shields
can't I
who's like,
figure
Jews
this
didn't
out?
even invent hummus. It's like, so is your position that like all Jews are evil and everything they do is bad and they never invented everything and the only reason they've ever gotten any position of power is because they're just pure evil? It's like, that's not true. Like, yes, Jews have been a remarkable people. It's just not even deniable. That's not the issue. The issue is their
Oh
loyalty.
no!
The issue is
How did this
their
go so bad, dude?
political self-interest,
No.
which inherently
Dude,
pushes America towards
no,
liberalism.
bro.
Like that is beginning to describe
Fuck
the
me,
issue.
man.
But I mean, look, it's just true. Many of them are very bright. Many of them are very, you know, Jewish comedians, some of the funniest people. Like they are remarkable people. That's just without a doubt. And I think you come across as dishonest or biased if you are unwilling or unable to admit that. It doesn't change the fact that they're doing damage to America. It doesn't change the fact that they're more loyal to each other in most cases than they are to America. It doesn't change any of that.
All right, chat.